I'm joined here by Assemblyman Francisco Moya. Assemblyman, talk a little bit about the Dream Fund and what happened with the budget. Some people were expecting an announcement from Governor Cuomo, a decision of some sort on the Dream Act or Dream Fund. Talk a little bit about what happened. Some were expecting it at Somos. It didn't happen. He appointed Assemblyman Peter Rivera to Labor Commissioner. Where do we stand currently with the legislation?
Well, and one, it's always great to be back in your program. Thanks for having me. I think, look, we've been working very closely with the governor's office on both bills, the DREAM Act and the DREAM Fund, which is the legislation that I've introduced. I think, like with everything, these are ongoing talks and discussions. I think they've all been positive. The staff from the governor's office has been extremely helpful and always very, very open when we've been able to talk to them about some of the developments that we've had. But when it goes to the legislation itself, this is one of those that I have really taken a long, hard look at and seen the progress that we've been able to make. We've seen they did it in California. They did it in Illinois, which was, all past the DREAM Fund first, and then they actually enacted the DREAM Act itself. We've been working very closely with, my colleague Guillermo Linares, who's introduced the DREAM Act. I think these both go hand in hand. Mine would not cost the state any money. It would be set up through a commission that would get private donations from different areas of the business world, and they would be able to give out scholarships to children of immigrants. So it wouldn't cost the state any money. We would develop a non-for-profit that would be the one that would be overseen by the commission itself, and they would be coming up with the criteria of how they would dispense these scholarships for the students that need it. And it also has a component to the 529. And the 529 right now is the College Tuition Savings Program, where if you open one up, you have to have a Social Security number. And that's where you put money specifically for anything that has to do with expenses for your children going to college. So books, tuition, etc. You put that in there. There's some tax benefits to that. What this legislation would also do is require that it just not be a Social Security number, but a valid tax ID. Because right now, if you want to open up a bank account, all you need is a valid tax ID number, and you can open up a bank account. We're saying that that should still apply to this. That money is only going to be utilized for college tuition savings and expenses that are going to entail. As we see, most of the students that are undocumented, they're going to community colleges. A lot of them go part-time because they can't afford it. They have to take on another job, and then we've seen that they gradually stop going, and they never graduate, and they never get to achieve that. I think this legislation will give those students an opportunity to get to where they want to go to. And like I've always said, I believe in a New York where your immigration status should never be a barrier for young undocumented students to get a good quality education. We've been at the forefront working with groups like Make the Road New York, who's been a true partner with me, and Hispanic Federation. A lot of the labor folks have come on board, have been tremendous help. We've seen the lobby days that we've done on both pieces of legislation. I think there is an opportunity for us to continue doing that and continue to have the dialogues with the governor. I think that we'll see some movement now that the budget's been done, and hopefully we'll be able to have a really successful year where we can tout that we've done something to really have a profound effect on a lot of these undocumented students who truly deserve that opportunity that everybody else has.
Assemblyman, how realistic is it to get some support across the aisle? I know the Republicans are famous for paying lip service. Dean Skelos had a while back was talking about including Latino voters, and we saw redistricting. That wasn't the case. How realistic is that to expect support from the Republican, from your colleagues at the Republican State Senate? I mean, led majority State Senate.
Well, look, I can only say that we've received several Republicans from the Assembly side that have signed on to my bill, which is a very positive thing. I think that we just have to continue to talk about this issue. The one good thing is that we've been able to bring a lot of these students to come up and put the faces with the stories and share that with a lot of our Republican colleagues in government who may not really know the effect that this will have on the lives of thousands of New Yorkers who are here. And most of these kids, aren't here by choice. They were brought here at an early age from their parents. They deserve to be part of this society. It's our obligation to make sure that if they want to get a good education, that they should have that opportunity to do it. And I think that the fund really takes away from that argument, right, where this doesn't cost any taxpayer dollars. The commission is a non-compensated position. It's been done in other states before we really wrote this bill to be tailored to New York. And I think that what this will do is that this will actually elevate it to the national level once again. And I think that that's something that President Obama had campaigned on his first time around when he said that he wanted to make sure that there was true immigration reform and that the DREAM Act would pass. And I think that that's what we still have to hold him accountable to. We need a lot of folks in Washington to continue on with that charge. We need some courage and we need some leadership. And I think that we can really see the value of what we've been able to do here in New York in bringing this to such a large audience and bring the attention to what is something that we've known for quite so many years here, and especially communities like mine. It's heavily immigrant. It's one of the most diverse districts in the entire country. 172 languages are spoken here. So it's just not a Latino issue. It is an issue that affects all immigrants.
Assemblyman, thank you for being so generous with your time. Anything you want to add to the conversation in regards to the issue?
Well, I think that, we have to applaud a lot of those young students who have really gone out there and really championed this cause. They've been extremely helpful with me, and I think that this is one of those issues that we can really make history here in the state of New York, and it could not have been done without the partnerships of the labor folks, the immigration groups that have participated here, but especially those students that have really had the courage to go out there and tell their stories, not be afraid of the repercussions. And this is why, I'm doing this. It's because they deserve to have the ability to go to school just like I did. So I want to thank them for all of their hard work and efforts in doing all of this.
Thank you very much, Assemblyman. Continued success.
Thank you.